Who do you listen to? Who do you really, really like?
First answer that comes to my mind is somebody that I've just been playing the last month, like meaning like this one song in particular, and it made me dive back into like some of the shit he's been releasing over the years.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hella left field. Killah Priest.
Oh, Killah Priest is tough though.
Killah, first of all, yeah, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Like Killah Priest, he always been vicious.
Yeah.
But you know, he wasn't a name that I was like necessarily. And shout to Killah Priest because he got a YouTube channel.
Okay.
He got a YouTube channel. He do his shit like at least I've seen him do some music. I don't know if he still do it, but I've seen him like on some talk show type vibe on YouTube months ago.
Killah Priest, man.
Yeah, but he's somebody that's like you respect Killah Priest because you know what he did on who album was that on Woo? Who album was that? Basic Instructions Before Jizza. Was it Jizza album? Where he basically had the last song, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, Bible or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like I know Killah Priest from there, and then I was a Cannabis fan. Like really big Cannabis. Royce the 5'9", that's somebody where it's like, yo, at that era, late 90s, early 2000s, Royce, Cannabis. These
Buckingham Palace, that was my shit. I used to know that joint word for word.
God, Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
When we was on that trunk sale tour, going around selling the album out the trunk, I shit you not. Like,
fire, by the way. I love
Thank you, bro. For the past, even before the album dropped, 3-4 months before that, I was playing Nothing But the Fall Off. Like all I was wanting to do was like play this album. Then after the drop, we did the trunk sale tour, I was still only playing that album. But you know, YouTube, I told you, was my most used thing. So something came across the algorithm. It was a Killah Priest song. It's called NASA Case. And for some reason, I click random shit on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like it must be in my algorithm because I've seen a Killah Priest talk show type thing he do on YouTube or whatever. Like I tapped in with him just slightly, like not enough to really see, but just be like, oh, what's Killah Priest doing? Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen this thing come up and say Killah Priest NASA Case. When I tell you, I was on this trunk sale tour and I was like, I don't know where the fuck I was, on a bus or was I like in a hotel? I remember New Orleans was like one of the cities, but I played this song, this shit, and he just dropped this. Like whatever day I clicked it, it probably had 1,000 views. Like
when was this?
This was a month ago. This is February.
Oh, okay.
This is February of this year. It's crazy. If y'all did something, if y'all did this song, it would be crazy.
Okay.
Yo, it's called NASA Case.
Okay. Like NASA, like NASA. Space program.
I didn't know what the fuck to expect. I just clicked the shit, right?
Right.
It's 9.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me listen to this shit. Yo, it's like I didn't know it's written so dense. Yeah. And so, you know, it's not a style that's normally the one I gravitate to.
Yeah.
It's super dense. It's super, I'm not even gonna say poetic, it's prose. It's like a book, damn near. This nigga's writing a book.
Wow.
And he's telling this story. And bro, I shit you not. Like, I'm listening to it and I'm like, can't exactly follow what he's talking about. I'm getting enough though to keep me hooked.
Right.
I'm getting enough to be like, yo, what is he talking about? Right.
Yeah.
And it was like Ta-Nehisi Coates got this book, his biggest book. It's called Between the World and Me. And around that time that book dropped, I was like on a reading kick. I was like actively, it was around the same time I told y'all when I was on the couch watching shows. I'm like, yo, let me like read, nigga. So I read a bunch of books at that time. And the Ta-Nehisi Coates book, because I hadn't been reading it so long, no, that book was actually easy to read. There was a book called Farewell to Arms. It's Ernest Hemingway, another book I read at that time.
Okay.
This shit was so hard for me to read. One of them books, it was either Ta-Nehisi Coates or Ernest Hemingway. Because I hadn't been reading in a while, it was like I had to keep reading sentences over and over. I could tell that the sentence is amazing and this paragraph is amazing, but my mind wasn't in shape for the level of writing that book was.
Yes.
Similarly, when I was playing this Killah Priest song, I'm like, yo, I know he's saying some shit. And I know something amazing is being told, but my mind is not in shape for this type of style, right? I listened to that song, I shit you not, like 9 times in a row. Because every time I listened to it again, the story got clearer and clearer. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, yo, is this nigga an alien? By the time I'm done, like with my 8th, 9th listening, I'm hearing what he's really doing, what he's the concept he's actually doing. And I'm not even gonna spoil it because y'all y'all do the song. When I see the concept he's playing with and I'm listening over and over, I'm like, oh my God, is this nigga from another dimension and he just knows some shit we don't know? So when you say like, yo, it's just like and by the way, he put out a video of, because it popped up on my feed, maybe like 3-4 days ago, he put out a video and I was almost mad because I'm like, nah, people need to like listen to this shit. Like they don't need to be able to see the visual. So even up until a few days ago, it's one of the only songs outside of my album that I'm just playing because it's so enjoyable and I'm so amazed with what this dude did. And so because of that, it made me actually go and play some of his more recent shit. Bro, this nigga been dropping projects non-stop.
Really? Yeah.
Wow. Same level. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
that's recently where I'm at. I'm like, oh no,
that's
Killah
dope.
Priest.
I love that.
Shout out to
man.
Killah Priest.
Shout out to Killah Priest.
Yeah.
Man. That's what I wanted to. That couldn't have been. That was the ideal answer. Because I like to see people who aren't the same names come up over and over. I get it. We know the universal greats and all that, but I want to hear other names. And I feel like when you say, well, who's your top 5 or something like that, if you are factoring in everything, you almost are sort of tunneled or pigeonholed into saying the same names.
Agreed. No. That's a great point.
Who you like? Who you listen to? Who you listen to currently? Who's your favorite rappers? My favorite rappers aren't always my my objective top 5.